I rise on question 117 of 2015 under my name for the Minister for Lands and Mineral Resources. Would the Minister inform the House if the Nayaca Subdivision in Labasa, which is now Crown land, state land, would be returned to its customary landowners, and or whether compensation will be provided for customary landowners for their displacement?
Thank you. I invite the Honourable Minister of Lands and Mineral Resources to have the floor.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. The short answer to that question is no. I believe it's premised on the relevant constitutional provision in relation to compensation and reversion of Itauke land to native landowners. I reiterate yet again, I had given this answer in the context of a question, similar question, in relation to land from Cunningham River out towards the quarry in Mereseini. I had said then, and I say it again, the constitutional provision under the 2013 Constitution mandates the return of land that was acquired for public purpose by government after the commencement of the Constitution, which is September 2013. There are different laws that cover the transfer of land for public purposes prior to September 2013. The constitutional provision for 2013 does not apply to this. Thank you, Madam Speaker.
Thank you. Supplementary question, the Honourable Nicola Waikula.
Is obviously aware of Section 8 of the State Lands Act, which allows for that, for land previously acquired to be returned. Examples are the strip of land from 4 miles to 10 miles. Examples in Labasa is Waturai Kuka. The last government I know had returned some of these. The question that I want to ask is that, does the government have a policy? Also, he has pointed to Section 28(2) of the return. Does they have a policy? And by policy I mean applications, timelines by which landowners can make this application for the return. Because some of these are being held for over 100 years. Do they have a policy now where I can point out to the landowner, this is a policy, you can fill this form in, and you expect the land to be returned within this time? Do they have a policy? And if no policy, can he undertake that he can do this? And by which time?
Thank you. Honourable Minister.
Referred to Section 28 of the Constitution, Madam Speaker. That is not a policy, that is the supreme law of this land. Government is mandated to return land acquired after September. As for land acquired prior to that date, Section 8 of the State Lands Act does apply, but it gives a discretion on government. Again, I reiterate, I've given this answer previously and I say it again. Section 8 is a discretionary provision on government. Government needs to consider it and take it to cabinet. There needs to be cabinet approval. It does not stop applications to be made, but such applications, they reach my office almost every day. But as a matter of policy, it will be considered in that light. Government, of course, has other interests in mind, public interests in relation to some of this land. Each case will be considered on its own merits. There's no bar to such applications. Like I said, I receive these applications every day. It will be considered in that light. Thank you, Madam Speaker.
Supplementary question, the Honourable Semeza Karwa.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I stand to be corrected, Madam Speaker. In the last time in this House, when this was discussed, the Honourable Minister stated that under Section 24, Article 28 of the Constitution, actually in the provisions where other laws allows the land to be returned, and therefore that provision still allows the native lands that are held by government to be returned to the landowners. But today, Madam Speaker, I would like to ask the Honourable Minister, has it changed now that, according to what I was arguing, that the Constitution does not allow the return of the native land from the effective date of the Constitution? Now, has she changed her position that now native land can no longer be returned, those that were acquired for public purposes?
Thank you, Madam
Speaker.
Minister.
Madam Speaker, there's no change of position. I'd like to read Section 28(2) of the Constitution. Any Itauke land acquired by the state for public purpose after the commencement of this Constitution under Section 27 or under any written law shall revert. It's the effective date of this mandate to return land. The effective date is the commencement of the Constitution. Commencement of the Constitution.
Please continue. Please
Commencement of the Constitution is 7 September 2013. That's the effective date of that constitutional provision, and that's when government is mandated to return such land.
Thank you. The Honorable Moses Mbultawu.
Mr. Speaker, I know the people in Labasa right now will be very angry. For the first time, Madam Speaker, to hear that the land after the effective date of the Constitution will not be returned. That's what the Honorable Minister.
Your question, please.
To come to this question, Mr. Speaker, the Honorable Minister can go down to the NLC right now and check an evidence book by G.B. Maxwell Madhuata, a NLC hearing that was done in 1920.
That's not a question.
It's a question related to this, on regards to Nayaca, Madam Speaker.
Question, please.
The customary landowners who identified, they give their mbumbuli, their oath, it's there. They were customary landowners. But government took this for public purpose. It's simple. And my question is, the hardship by the owners and how the acquisition has affected them, will government consider their status as being displaced?
Thank you. Honorable Minister.
Yet again, the laws relevant to the return of land prior to September 2013 are different. It's a discretion on government, and moreover, the parcels of land we are talking about, the transfer were done by way of sale. I can say for certain, at least for one parcel of that, there's about 4 parcels altogether, one of them was sold by the owners to, not to government, to private citizens. Why? They were sold to private citizens. It was only much later that they were transferred by those private citizens and ended up with the CSR. The transfer of the land from native owners to outside of native ownership was by sale for at least one of those parcels. Thank you, Madam Speaker.
Thank you.